Hi everyone, this is Gamer Today I'm bringing a video to you called How to Deal with a Bully. Now, just to make everybody aware, to define bullying, I don't mean the person who's in the video today is abusive verbally. However, they're considered as a bully in the game, so just wanted to make that clear to everybody. Apparently the person in the video today is a very nice person, but in the game she's not with my alliance or anybody over alliance apart from her own. So today I'm going to show you some reports of the situation. Unfortunately I did not catch it live as it was a very spontaneous event, but I'll show you what. So first, let's get to the first report, shall we? So here we have a first report. So my alliance is Bo, and the person's in question's alliance is ELT. So a little story of how this all happened. So our nation takes the capital in turns. Every 2 weeks, one alliance gets the capital for 2 weeks, and then the next alliance and the next alliance between the top three alliances within our nation. So it was our turn for the first week of the capital. But the person on the screen, which her name is Neo, she decided to take it on herself to say that ELT is taking it for a third week running. So my alliance were not strong enough to beat them because they are consist of the strongest castles within our nation. So going against them is pretty stupid. And what happened, we couldn't fight them for the capital, so we let them take it and we left it there. A few jokes was made on Nation Chat about how ELT doesn't care about our nation, they only care about themselves, how they're all greedy. The person online called Ori, he made a few jokes, non-racist or non-sexist against him. It was just purely jokes about how ELT decided to take the capital and can do whatever they want because they built strong castles. As you can see, during while most of Paul was asleep, Neo took it on herself to attack Ori, and he's got a pretty decent hospital capacity, which is the main key importance in AOZ, is keeping that hospital capacity high. And also another little trick, if you do enter any wars, hide your troops. Always hide your excess troops over your hospital capacity to avoid losing troops. This, however, means hide them in your friends' castles that are shielded, hide them in the alliance fort. You can even scatter them across alliance flags randomly across your territory. No one's going to scout all your flags just to find some troops. Trust me, it's too time consuming just to even get a few losses. So in Ori's case, this attack was very unprovoked and unexpected. So he first lost 22,000, almost 23. Then she carried on. He got another 100,000, in fact 105,000 in the wounded, but then lost an extra almost 40k. Then she attacked again, 74k losses. Then again, 20k losses. Then again, to finish all off his troops. I didn't take all his screenshots, but she attacked about another 7 times after this to clear him out of all his resources. And as you can imagine, from my perspective, this was very inappropriate. She throws around a weight because she's got a big strong castle. I think a long range attack is almost up to about 700-800% attack between there. It's quite uncalled for what she did. So as you can imagine, when I logged on the next day, I wasn't happy, and nor was the rest of my alliance, and nor was our ally alliance, who goes by the name of BBA. So it turned out, over last weekend, there was a kill event. It went crazy. Everyone was hitting everything, farm alliances, alt alliances, main alliances, territory. It got a bit messy, personally. So as you can see, from our point of view, this is why Neo was titled as a bully within our nation. Like I said, bully only for throwing her weight around because she's got a strong castle. Nothing to do with verbal bullying or anything like that. But she's just, in our nation, she is classed as a bully. So, after speaking to our allies, BBA, it was a 2 versus 1. BBA Bow against ELT. So now I'm just going to switch to the game and I'm going to show you where we stand as power ratings, as castle rankings, just to see what we're facing. So now here we are back in the game. So as you can see from World 122, which is our nation, most of the rankings persist of ELT. All the alliance rankings are all ELT, and all the individual rankings apart from the commander kill ranking is all ELT. Let's go into the alliance power rankings. So as you can see, ELT top, almost 1 billion. Our allies, BBA, 700 million. And then ourselves, we was 650 million. But we're obviously having to recover lost troops. It's significantly reduced. So this is what we have to put up with every day. So if we go to the city rankings, so as you can see, the first 5 rankings are all ELT. 33, 32, 32, 32 and a 32. I myself is a 32. But it's the stats that is the main point in battling. So unfortunately, like I said, because this battle was so unexpected, unplanned for, it just happened. I couldn't catch it live. But the story of how it happened was we started to attack an alliance called KOR. K-O-R. Now this was Neo's original alliance. She still has some farms there. She still looks after the alliance. She helps the people who are still real players in the alliance. So Bo and BBA thought it'd be funny to plan a little trick. We went all out attacking KOR, and we were just hitting KOR constantly. We started hitting all the farms, all the main castles. We didn't hit territory though. We just took resources and killed troops. This was a brilliant trap because Neo fell for it. She dropped out of ELT and went to KOR to protect him. Now, I put my hands up. She did catch quite a few of mine and BBA members attacking solo on some empty KOR castles, and she ended up giving us some losses on either side. So after she was in there, BBA contacted me and said, does any Bo want to hit Neo with an instant attack? Straight away, myself and 4 other members jumped to BBA. We planned the attack. The attack happened that fast. She was online and Neo could not shield by the time we even hit her. So I'm just going to go over to the report and show you what happened. So here is the report. 25 against 2. You're probably thinking that's really unfair. But when you see Neo's stats and the troops that she had in her castle, you'd understand why we had to be 25 against 2. Any less than that, we would have had a lot more losses and probably lost the battle itself. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to hit the replay. I'm going to show you exactly what happened. So as you can see, BBA, which I was currently in at the time, we all just keep joining to replenish the front and mid line. I joined halfway across the battle because I ran out of speeds and gold, so I couldn't get there any sooner. And that is the end of the battle. So let's have a look. As you can see, on her side, she almost got 500,000 kills. But look at the wounded and losses overall. 1.1 million almost 1.2 million in wounded and losses combined. For anybody in the game, that is a massive hit to anybody. So let's go have a look and see what she lost. As you can see, there she is, 732,000 losses. Now look at all those T10s she had. That is the reason why he had to be against 25 against 2. And there are all the T8s there, and here is the stats. So there, on the defense side, bearing in mind, if she had the attack, she would have had Panda Jack, which I said she was between 7 to 800% long range attack. But because she's got hit, Panda Jack's ability did not activate because she was on the defending side. So she only had 692% long range attack. Personally, mine's about 350%, and I don't spend what is anywhere near what she spends on this game. So to be where I am, without barely spending, it's a massive achievement for myself. And she had double mine. However, she had one defender in the castle. Not sure who this person was. T9s with T8s. Long range attack 164%. That is shockingly low, so I'm assuming that would be her farm or someone's farm, just giving her troops to protect. Now there's a few rules you got to follow when you're in a war. Rule number 1, hide troops above your hospital capacity, or hide as much troops to your hospital's capacity. Number 2, make sure you're always fully reinforced by members. Corps had quite a few members, and one of them is Castle 32 as well, but that person did not reinforce her. So always make sure you're fully reinforced to prevent any attacks. Rule number 3, make sure your officers are set up to defence instead of attack, because I know a lot of people remain their officers purely on attack. Don't do that. Always, if you're going to sit off the game, make sure you're in defence. I think because she was attacking monsters at the time of this attack, and she wasn't expecting it, she kept herself at attack because I think she was planning something to do with our or BBA's members. Rule 4, always fog your castle. If you don't fog your castle, they know exactly what you have in your castle. And when they hit you, they know where to hit. So they can predict which side your troops are going to be mostly on, whether it's left or right, or if it's down the centre. Always make sure you have fog on the castle to confuse them. And the main rule I always tell everybody, when you're flying, shield your castle, because you never know when you're going to get hit. If it's in a war, you're going to get hit. Just shield your castle. Save yourself the stress. So let's go over to the attack side. Inside to load up. So on the attack side, as you can see, because I only joined half through the battle, I only had 44,000 kills. I did have 32,000 losses. That's purely down to my shredders and a few of my cannons, because I sent a lot to the front line to make sure that the hit was going to be worth it. So let's go to see what else we got on the others. So we got some with 60,000, 16,000 and 0. I don't know why the two even turned up. 91,000, 31,000, 21,000, 57,000. As you can see, the people with the most kills is going to be people that arrive first, or people with the highest stats. Some people barely any kills. Not entirely sure why they turned up unless they were just to take the damage for us. So have a look at this one. It's got 16,000. No, as you can see, he barely sent me front line, which explains why I lost more. Probably explains why I lost more between most of them, yeah. So, as you can see, which I always tell Bo, when you're always doing attack, or when you're always defending, always send between 25 to 30% front line. This way, you help the person and yourself to get more kills and less damage. So, what I always say is although people spend money on a game, they can get high castles, they can get high stats. This just proves to everybody out there, doesn't matter how big or how small you are, you can always get zeroed and you can always get burnt. This wouldn't have happened to her if she wasn't a pure bully and thinking she can throw weights around and hitting and taking whatever she wants. After this, the nation chat went quiet with her. She stopped talking. She stopped saying she's going to come after people. I haven't heard from her since. That's probably because she was at 23 million battle power and she now currently stands at 14 million. Was it worth it in the end to her? I highly doubt that. So that's going to be a long time to recover and a lot more money. In the end, you should think about what you do before you do it. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe to my channel, like, and turn on the alarm bells for any more further updates. Catch you later.